Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but you're frozen. Oh my god. Okay. Go.
I'm still frozen.
I know, hold on.
Can they see? Are we live?
Yeah, well, we're live. Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry.
Snoopy. Now that I'm muted, nobody will know about our love, and that's sad. Wait, are we not muted?
No, they can hear you.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't be Fast Facts Live without an immediate technical failure.
I swear to God.
We tested beforehand. Everything was working totally fine.
Yes, it
and
was.
then right when we started streaming, I had no audio. And that's rare that you're not able to hear me. Anyways, welcome to Fast Facts Live, Twitch's favorite trivia show. Don't check that. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and the very stressed out man who just popped out onto your screen, that's Tom. I'm not going to ask, how are you, Tom? Instead, I'm going to ask, how would you like to be?
Oh my God. We tested it. We set it, we set the audio, we switched this computer, didn't touch any of the other things, just switched this computer to the ChartieBot thing and then intro, and then went back to what we had set 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. We did everything as we were supposed to do it.
And guess how I fixed it? I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's what I did.
Oh, good.
Well, actually, I didn't do that because that would have messed even more things up.
Even better.
I unplugged it from the computer, plugged it back in, and that fixed it.
Be sure to come back next week when the ceiling will literally fall in on us right as we start the show.
Knowing my track record of things happening in this apartment, that's entirely likely.
So, yes, this is Fast Facts Live. In case you didn't know, and that would be most of you, Tom's shower was running for most of the day. He took a shower this morning, and then when he got out, the shower continued to run, and he could not turn it off. So from about 7 a.m.
Until like
till
2:30.
2:30, there was just the sound of running water throughout Tom's apartment the entire time.
Yeah, I was working through it. It was a time.
You know, it's that white noise that you need to sleep so well.
I honestly was like, all right, is it better if I turn the shower on or keep it on the tub filling? Like which is the better sound?
Yeah.
I was going for the most consistent sound, so I would ignore it.
Yeah.
It was the tub was the easiest one, believe it or not
Really?
the shower. Yeah.
Huh. Well, the more you know. If your shower ever has to run for 8 hours,
Yeah.
what you need to do? Fill the tub.
Get a better
Fill the tub.
Better landlord.
Hey,
Get to you quicker.
get a better management
I
company.
will say the maintenance guy that came was incredibly friendly.
Oh, good.
He wasn't wearing a mask,
Uh-huh.
but I stayed over there and he fixed it and was very friendly. So, good on them.
Good on them. I think we've stalled enough. I think that we should
We
probably...
had a couple of teams join. So
We did, and that's good.
That was a good thing that we did that.
Yes, absolutely. Before we go into the rules or anything on how to play Fast Facts Live, just an announcement that next week will be our Halloween episode. It will be entirely spooky, entirely all the time. I will be wearing a costume. Tom, will you be wearing a costume?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, I'll be wearing a costume, maybe enough for the both of us. You don't know. I'm going to go as one half of a three-legged race. So we'll have spooky questions, spooky music. We'll have a spooky prize. Ooh. It will be the same, but it'll be spooky this time. And that'll be it. So come back next week for our Halloween episode. It'll be fun. Now, let's get into the rules on how to play Fast Facts.
There you go.
We have 5 rounds of 5 questions each. You have the Hail Mary question where you can wager between 0 and 10 points. If you get it right or wrong, the score goes up and down. That's how it works. You have 30 seconds to answer each question before we move on to the next one. And you have the double or nothing, which you can use one round in the game. If you can get all the questions right, you get them all right, double it. Get one question wrong, no points for that entire category. Send all your answers into ChartyBot, following their instructions. It's all very simple. Just follow the prompts that it's giving you. And be sure to not cheat, or Charty will eat you. That is a promise. Charty has been making a list. They're checking it twice. They're going to find out who's naughty or nice. And the answer, of course, is not you, because Charty's coming to town. Now let's go over the team names. We have what looks like 17 teams playing tonight, and that's awesome. So, in the order that y'all signed up, we have Trumpets, Baby Fishmouth, Boomer Wants Coffee Cake, Dumb and Dumber, Waiting for Our Food, Team Beater, Quiz Cats, We Won Once, Can We Do It Again? Pot of Greed, Vice Squad, Olaf's Cool Kids Under 5 Inches of Snow, Literally Cool, Who's Your Killer, Bubbles, Buttercup, and Brenda, Spoopy Time, Kamala is Queen, The Kinder, Glass Half Full, full spelled F-O-A-L, half spelled the usual way, and finally, Definitely Not Cheating, whose email address is s@yahoo.com. So, you better live up to your name. That's it. That's all I have. Let's get into the game. The first round that we have is On This Day. Answer all these things that happened on this day in history, October 21st, whatever year it is. Anyway, first question. In 1879, who applied for a patent on an incandescent light bulb? 30 seconds. Moving right along to question number 2. In 1959, the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum opened to the public in a building designed by what iconic architect? Moving on to question number 3, a question near and dear to my heart. Joyce Randolph was born on this day in 1924. She's best remembered for playing Trixie Norton on what 1950s sitcom starring Jackie Gleason? Question number 4. Also born on this day in 1952 was Patty Davis. Disowned by her mother, she is the daughter of which former U.S. president? And the last question on this day. Let's take the road less traveled. What beat poet died on this day in 1969? That's it for round 1. Send in your final answer to ChartyBot. If you want a double or nothing on that, you do it. If you read the category or the section right to the left of the obituaries in the newspaper, that's where they normally have the On This Day thing, in the business section, or at least in the Chicago Tribune, that's where it is. Then you should double or nothing. I'm gonna keep stalling for a second. You can only see me on the screen, but what you can't see is that I'm wearing too heavy of sweatpants right now for Tom's apartment, so I have most of my legs showing. They're just rolled all the way up.
Dan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Would you prefer to be too hot or too cold?
Too cold.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because, well, you can always put on layers.
That's my argument.
You can't shave your skin off more than once.
Accurate.
Okay, now let's move on to round number 2. And round number 2 is lies! Damned lies and statistics! Questions about random stats in honor of World Statistics Day yesterday. Question number 1. According to the Social Security Administration, 44 of the last 100 years, the most popular baby name was what? Americans eat 4.2 billion pieces of what fruit that contains a whole lot of good cholesterol? Question number 3. It has been calculated that if Barry Bonds didn't swing his bat for the entirety of the 2004 season, he would still have the best of what stat in the history of baseball? Number 4. The human body can produce up to 46.5 liters of what liquid per month? And lastly, a higher or lower? According to pro-literacy, 31 million Americans cannot read or write above a 3rd grade level. That brings us to the end of round 2. We're done with the lies, the damned lies, and the statistics. All 3 are equal in my book, though. Stats are just lies in math form. Anyway, send in your answer to ChartyBot. Double or nothing, if you really want to. I might recommend not doing the double or nothing, but you know, that's just me. We're gonna take a quick break while I go to my court-mandated therapy, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, we're back. My court-mandated therapy went very quickly because the therapist ran out screaming. Anyways, it's Fast Facts Live. I'm Dan. This is Tom. Well, how Tom's been feeling. Accurate? Let's go over the answers for rounds 1 and 2. But before we do that, just kidding, let's go over the answers. On this day, in 1879, who applied for a patent for an incandescent light bulb? That was Thomas Edison. Question 2. In 59, the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum opened to the public. In what building? Designed by what architect? In the Solomon R. Guggenheim building. Designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Question 3. Joyce Randolph was born on this day in 1924. She's best remembered for playing Trixie Norton on what 50s sitcom starring Jackie Gleason? The Honeymooners! With the stars, Art Carney, Joyce Randolph, and, oh, the other...
Dan, can we keep the show going?
No.
Or are you just going to say the entire...
I'm going to say the entire... I'm going to do every episode of The Honeymooners right now. Alice! To the moon with you! Oh, you know I love you. Boom. That's all 3 acts. Question number 4. Also born on this day in 1952... No. What happened? Also born on this day in 1952 was Patty Davis. She's got Patty Davis eyes. Disowned by her mother, she's the daughter of which former U.S. president? Ronald Reagan. She was disowned for living in sin with a member of the Eagles.
Ronald Reagan. The actor?
The Eagles.
Oh.
And question 5. Let's take the road less traveled. What beat poet died on this day in 1969? That was Jack Kerouac, who wrote, of course, On the Road, which was originally written on one long piece of paper. I hate that book so much. Moving on to round 2. Lies, damned lies, and statistics. I need to take a drink of water so my blood doesn't boil. According to the Social Security Administration, 44 of the last 100 years, the most popular baby name was Michael. As you can tell by my name being Michael and Tom's name also being Michael. Right, Michael?
Right, Michael.
Michael.
Doctor.
Americans eat 4.2 billion pieces of what fruit that contains a whole lot of good cholesterol? It's a fruit. It's an avocado. Question 3. It's been calculated that if Barry Bonds didn't swing his bat the entirety of the 2004 season, he would still have the best of what stat in the history of baseball? He would have the best on-base percentage, or OBP. Yeah, you know me. Question 4. The human body can produce up to 46.5 liters of what liquid per month? That is saliva, but if your name's Michael, it's actually just 44 liters. 44 of the last 100 liters. And question 5. Higher or lower? According to ProLiteracy, 31 million Americans cannot read or write above a 3rd grade level. That is higher. It's actually 36 million, and that's kind of sad. That's not at those people at education systems and stuff. Anyways, I'm not a teacher. Let's go on to round number 3. Cities covered in snow. Name the cities shown in the following photos that are covered in snow. It's very simple. It's a picture round. We'll show you a picture. If it's a little small, lean in closer. I just spat. City number 1. What city is this? Moving on to city number 2. Oh, where is this? City number 3. Oh, I'm good.
Hold on.
Am I good?
Sort of. Your voice is off.
Oh no.
Go there. Just go.
What it's on number 3.
Oh, okay.
Now let's check. Is my voice still delayed? Yes, it is. Well,
Well,
is it? We don't know. But anyway,
it is to my headphones, but not to the levels.
okay, here's question 5. That brings us to the end of round 3. Send in your last answer to ChartyBot. I bet you thought that was going to be a really easy round, really easy category. And then we got to the last 2 questions and you were like, What are those cities? Well, guess what? I don't have anything to surprise you with there. That was it. Let's move on to round number 4. Shan't we? We shan't. We shall. We shall. It's not that we shan't, it's that we shall.
Can anybody text us and tell us if we're delayed audio-wise? I don't think so.
I mean, we're delayed developmentally, but audio-wise, I can't tell.
Headphones, I have like a 5-second delay. On the meters that I'm watching, we're lined up dead on. So,
You know, maybe it's the shower telling you that you should have showered longer.
probably.
Anyways, round 4 is sportscasters. Answer these questions about sportscasters and the sports they cast. They're like magicians. Spellcasters, sportscast. Anyway, Fox's Joe Buck will be broadcasting 12 straight days of sports if the World Series goes to a Game 7, which, because of COVID, is being played in what city? 30 seconds. Moving on to question number 2. Al Michaels does the play-by-play for Sunday Night Football alongside which slippin' and slidin' color commentator? Moving on to question number 3. Hall of Fame sportscaster Mike Doc Emmerich recently retired from his broadcasting career, where he was known mostly for covering what sport? Moving on to question 4. Who's the voice of the Masters? And a last one. Which sportscaster replaced Bob Costas as NBC's primetime sports anchor covering marquee events like the Olympics, the Triple Crown races, and, of course, Notre Dame football? And that's the end of round 4. That's the end of sportscasters. That's it. There are no more. All sportscasters have been replaced. Society has moved past the need for sportscasters. Next, they will move past the need for trivia show hosts, and I will disappear into the ether. We're going to disappear into the ether for a brief moment right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the last round and the Hail Mary question and some more fun. Hey everybody, we're back! And we're
worked.
back in sync.
It worked.
Yay! It's fast, it's facts, it's live. I'm Dan, it's Tom, it's a pumpkin. Before we move on to the answers for rounds 3 and 4, this is the shout out section of the show where my cousin Amy texts me in the middle of the show and says, Dan, I need you to give a shout out to someone. So who am I shouting out today? I am giving a shout out to her roommate Emma. And Emma wants me to give out a shout out. No, sorry, I'm giving a shout out to Sarah, who wants me to give a shout out to Emma. Hello, Sarah and Emma. I've been told I need to pull my ear to let you know that I'm giving you a shout out. So, Sarah and Emma, I'm giving you a shout out right now. Have you realized it? I've been told you're horse girls, or one of you is a horse girl. You're from Maryland. You're super passionate about mass incarceration. Ending mass incarceration. Slightly different.
We should really charge people for shout outs.
I was also just told to shout out David Rodriguez. And I have been also told to, okay, I'm not your toy, you stupid boy. I'm also told to say hi to Erin, she's here. Well, Erin, you're there. If you would like to give a shout out, you can Venmo either Tom or I.
Or use the donate button.
Or use the donate button and then we'll give you a shout out.
/play.
Yes, fastfactslive.com/play. If you donate any amount above $1, we'll give anybody who you want a shout out. Or, you know, if you punch me, I guess I'll give you a shout out. That's it.
You're gonna let them close enough to you?
I'll kiss you if you try to punch me. On the lips, full tongue. Okay, let's go into the answers. It's just me. Now here it is. Let's go into the answers for round 3. Cities covered in snow. What city is this? It's not Paris. There's the Flatiron building right there. It's New York City. Question 2. Governor? Crikey! Cricket. East London. I had my hair like straight down yesterday and I looked like I was a member of Oasis. I'm not going to do that for you. Anyway, number 3. What Orwellian... Oh, this is a wonder wall. Ah. It's Chicago. Number 4. A lot of people got this one wrong because it's Los Angeles. You don't think about Los Angeles being in snow because it hasn't snowed there in like 60 years, but it did at one point. And lastly, what's this nondescript American city? It's Dallas. The middle name of my favorite person named Bryce Blank Howard. Moving on to the next round, sportscasters. Fox's Joe Buck will be broadcasting for 12 straight days if the World Series goes to Game 7, which, because of COVID, is being played in Arlington, Texas, not Dallas. Question 2, Al Michaels does the play-by-play for Sunday Night Football alongside which slippin' and slidin' color commentator? I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but it's Chris Collinsworth, boo-boo.
You sound like Chris Collinsworth's son.
I hate Chris Collinsworth's son.
I don't even remember his name, but I know I hate him.
Chad.
Is it Chad?
It's not Chad, but we're going to call him Chad Collinsworth.
It's very close.
Yeah. Hall of Fame sportscaster Doc Emmerich recently retired from broadcasting hockey. Who's the voice of the Masters? Hi, friends. Jim Nantz. And lastly, which sportscaster replaced Bob Costas as NBC's primetime sports anchor covering marquee events like the Olympics, Triple Crown races, and of course, Notre Dame football? That is Mike Tirico. Now let's move on to round 5. Our slap, bam, wang, bang, thank you, ma'am, please, sir, may I have another category? Also known as toss-up. Question number 1. Who's the longest tenured cast member in the history of Saturday Night Live? Question number 2. France's longest border with another country is its border with what South American country? Moving on to question number 3. When That 70s Show began, it was set in 1976. If someone were to create a new version of That 70s Show in 2020 with the same time gap, what year would the show be set in? 30 seconds. Question number 4. David Byrne staged a performance of what album with a filmed version directed by Spike Lee? Now available on HBO. What is it? And last but not last, what city has the highest number of Dunkin' Donuts locations? Ah! I was briefly the number 0. Send in your last answer for Dunkies to the ChartyBot. Before we move on to the Hail Mary question, we're going to give you a category of what it is. I'm only going to say vocally. It's not going to be on the screen.
Idea.
Tom says no, but I say yes. I will say, in my defense, I guess, or just my stupidity, this wasn't my idea either. This was an idea from a loyal viewer,
Okay.
a loyal player.
Okay.
I'm going to say that it wasn't Caroline Norton.
It was Caroline Norton.
What? I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
That was not what I said.
You're very loud.
You took out one of the words in my sentence. Anyway, the category is geography. So send in your bet to ChartyBot.
Okay.
That's the category. That's all you get. It's geography. I'm not going to tell you
Geography.
anything more. I wasn't going to get specific with the categories, but you have a general idea. If you're good at
About the world.
yeah, if you're good at the world, if you're good at maps,
Hey, just say geography.
okay. If you're good at geography.
Geography.
I was trying to do like the geometry thing. Well, a stunned silence falls over the crowd as we move on to the Hail Mary
If you
question.
don't have your wager in 10 seconds, it doesn't count.
Yeah, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.5, 2. Okay, we're going to the Hail Mary question. And the Hail Mary question is, you wager your points. You got that, okay. 54-40 or fight was a slogan used by the United States when they were engaged in a dispute over the Oregon Territory in the early 1800s. You may remember that from last week. The 54-40 line actually hits the southernmost border of what current U.S. state? You have 30 seconds. Give it your best! Did you see trumpets? That is time. That is it. Get your answer into ChartyBot, or you'll be a zit. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. We are going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll have a winner, or maybe a tiebreaker, on Fast Facts Live. Do not go anywhere. The teacher has not given you permission to leave. Right before Tom hit go, he said, "Going to you, hopefully nothing bad happens." That's,
I always hope that.
yes, that's how the sausage gets made here on Fast Facts Live. Now, let's go over the answers for round 5. But before we do, I'm gonna give the pitch for Patreon now. It'll be quick and dirty. No, go back. I wanted it in the talking head. I wanted to be in my box. Thank you. I'm in my box again, here to tell you about Fast Facts Live's Patreon page. Patreon.com/FastFactsLive. If you ever thought, man, I want to give my money to an unworthy cause, this is the unworthy cause for you. You can support us if you want to help to make the show better. We have 3 levels: Charty's Friends, Charty's Mistresses, and Charty's Lovers. Or you can also just give any amount of money that you want at FastFactsLive.com/donate.
No, fastfactslive.com/play. But I'll make fastfactslive.com/donate.
There you go. That's how you do it if you want to give us any amount of money. Say your rich aunt passes away, your estranged rich aunt you actually never met, but she gives you millions of dollars. Drop you boys a couple of stacks. And then you can play Fast Facts. Ooh! Ooh! Yeah!
That felt good.
That did feel good. Anyway, patreon.com/FastFactsLive. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to our Patreons and our patrons. You help make the show run. And we're very happy that you're here. Thank you to everybody else who isn't a patron. We're happy that you're here too. Now let's go over the answers. For the toss bag category, question 1, who's the longest tenured cast member in SNL history? It was Darrell Hammond, but now it's Kenan Thompson. Question 2, France's longest border with another country is its border with what South American country? It's with Brazil, because of French Guiana. Y'all ever been to Jonestown? Question 3. When That 70s Show began, it was set in 76. If someone were to create a new version of That 70s Show in 2020 with the same time gap, what year would the show be set in? It will be set in 1998, which was the year that 70s show started. Time is weird, isn't it? Question 4. David Byrne staged a performance of what album with a filmed version directed by Spike Lee, now available on HBO? It is American Utopia. Hey HBO, if you want to sponsor us, we can be Fast Facts Max. Give us a ring-a-ding-ding on the telephone. Or go to fastfactslive.donate and donate however much you pay shows on HBO Max. And lastly, what city has the highest number of Dunkies locations? Oh, you thought it was Boston, didn't you? No, Boston only has 76. Chicago has the most, 220 Dunkin' Donuts locations. Good God. Anyway, the Hail Mary question in the geography category. 54-40 or fight was a slogan used by the U.S. when they were engaged with a dispute of the Oregon Territory in the early 1800s. The line actually hits the southernmost border of what current U.S. state? It hits Alaska. So I guess you could say that they were looking for Alaska. That's a book. And I'm Tucker Carlson. We have an out-and-out winner, and it's kind of a runaway out-and-out winner. So we don't have the tiebreaker question. I'll give it to you anyway. The tiebreaker was how much surface area of Alaska is glacier in square miles? And the answer is 28,957 square miles. Unfortunately shrinking. So that's not good. But what is good is that we have a winner of Fast Facts Live. So we're going to go over the scores.
You know what's funny?
What?
For the first time in Fast Facts history, people have finished with negative numbers.
That's true. Because of your, let's say, aggressive betting on the Hail Mary question, we have two teams that finished below 0. And because of that, you owe us money. That's how it works. If you finish below 0,
yes, please.
You owe us $10. That's how the game works. FastFactsLive.com/donate. Visit tomorrow when we have the page running.
FastFactsLive.com/play currently.
Yes, just click the donate button that's there right now.
Yeah.
And give us $10. Specifically, these two teams. Kamala is queen in last place with -4 points, and the Vice Squad in 18th with -1 points. You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Now let's keep going. In 17th, we have Slow Fiction with 2 points. 16th, Spoopy Time with 4. 15th, Glass Half Full with 5. In 14th, we have Quiz Cats with 6. In 11th, we have a tie between We Won Once, Can We Do It Again? No. Pot of Greed and Olaf's Cool Kids Under 5 Inches of Snow with 7 points. And then in a 4-way tie for 7th, we have Trumpets, Team Beater, The Kinder, and Definitely Not Cheating, all with 8 points. And let me tell you, Definitely Not Cheating, you weren't, because you got 7th. In 6th, we have Bubbles, Buttercup, and Brenda with 11 points. In 4th, we have Boomer Wants Coffee Cake and Who's Your Killer with 12 points. In 3rd, we have Baby Fishmouth with 19 points. In 2nd, big jump up, we have Waiting for Our Food with 26 points, which means in 1st place, with a score of 34 points, which is 38 points higher than the last place team, we have Dumb and Dumber. So congratulations to Dumb and Dumber, my parents, on your win. It sounds like an insult, but no, their team name is actually Dumb and Dumber. Congrats. We will be sending you your prize sometime. Your prize is my continued existence, so congrats.
Wow.
No, the prize is an Amazon gift card.
But they're not patrons.
I know, so it's not as much as you could get.
So it's only a $10 gift card.
If you were a patron, it would be 15.
Yeah.
Sad.
You have to be one of the 3 tiers on
Yes.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/FastFactsLive. Become Charty's friend. Become Charty's mistress. Become Charty's lover. Thank you to everybody for playing this week. It's been another fun game. Thank you to Tom for courageously fixing everything that breaks in the middle of the show. We are nothing if
fine.
not MacGyver.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. This show is MacGyver together.
Again, tin cans and duct tape. That's how the show works. Thank you to you for playing. Come back next week for our spooky edition of Fast Facts Live. That's Tom. Charty is in the ether. I have been Dan, and I will continue to be Dan. Come back next week. Same fact time, same fact channel. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.